Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how to navigate metrics number 4 to evaluate your brand performance per post type. You need to understand the frequency versus engagement. You have to look at frequency data. It shows how frequently you used each post type. And this is the outcome based on consumers' engagement. Again, frequency shows your brand input activity. Engagement shows the result outcome from audiences. Brand used 4 different types. Original tweet was the most dominant type, and also it matched with the most engaging post type. Whenever there is a perfect match, that means brand made a lot of effort in creating tweets and is aligned with the brand's engagement, which is good. Sometimes you don't see the match, which is okay, but you want to see a tweet to be most dominant post type and receive the most engagement from your original content. If your brand was using Twitter for customer interactions, the reply could be most dominant post type, but in that case, you receive a different engagement because reply tend to generate low engagement. So it doesn't mean that reply should be reduced because it shows low engagement. You always think about how to increase engagement from replies, or you want to use a reply post more strategically. I will show you some of the examples later. Anyways, if there's a match, it's good. When there's no match, there is an area to improve. For example, in case of this brand, quality tweet, this type of post generated most engagement. This doesn't mean that in the future, brands have to make quality tweet to be dominant post type. You may increase number of quality tweet a little bit, but you don't want to make quality tweet or retweet to be dominant. Again, either original content or reply could be dominant post type, depending on your brand purpose. To find more meaningful insights, you want to dissect the data based on a specific post type. To do that, you want to browse different tabs. Go to tweets, and then this time you're going to use the filter function. It allows you to look at specific data. Click filters, and then the post type, and then see how your brand used reply. If your brand didn't use reply much, you can select other post type that worked relatively well. So like a quote, you can click quote as analysis. First, let's look at reply. Click reply and then click filter tweets. Then it will update the data based on reply post. And then next, you will search the post based on engagement. If you click, it shows the lowest engagement. If you click again, it shows the highest engagement. First, analyze top 3 or 4 why these posts generated most engagement from reply post. Click it, and then you want to figure out what's going on. It looks like they included the photo and the link. They could be part of the reasons. You want to see the full content on Twitter platform to understand the context better. You actually see that this post you just checked was not reply, right? It is part of thread the brand created. Brands often use connected conversation so that they can deliver more detailed information. So you have to notice that some of the reply that appears as reply are not really reply post, right? So to understand why it generated high engagement, it's because a part of the thread, which is original content. And then you want to see the next one. Click it and see if this is reply. This is also thread. This is part of the original conversation, right? So this is not really reply post. Move on. And then third one, click it and then view this on Twitter page. And then it looks like a real reply. So they were interacting with a different brand, Louis Vuitton, and they're actually making a comment. So this generated a little bit more engagement compared to the other typical reply post. Although 14 is not great, it's still better than the other engagement. So this strategy is working and reply same idea for the future post. If you can think about better way to engage with other users, like, they can be more creative in their comments, you can make that suggestion as well. Also, click the tab to see the lowest engagement. You will see how they engaged with a specific user. right? You see, this is part of the engagement with their specific users. If you can think about better way to engage with specific users, you can make a suggestion. Also, brand doesn't need to comment on only the negative opinions from customers. If there is any positive comment, they can also reply and interact with them. Review the PowerPoint slides. I gave you some ideas about how to increase engagement from reply post. So again, you want to understand some of the reply. It's not really reply post. This was the part of the thread. The post without at mark is a thread, and the post with at mark is reply. So this is how you distinguish different types of reply. Unfortunately, Twitter doesn't separate these two different types, but by clicking it, you have to figure out the data more accurately. Okay. This is just several ways to increase engagement from reply posts. Again, generally, you will see the low engagement from reply. It doesn't mean that brands has to reduce the number of replies. It's still valuable for one-on-one interaction. They just have to be more strategic. The way they interact with the customer or the way they address their comments, they have to deliver brand voice. They never sound like a machine or bot. Sometimes brands want to engage with popular accounts, like Twitter itself is really popular. It has lots of followers, and Twitter sometimes generate conversations like "Hello everyone," and many popular brands engage with Twitter's content. Starbucks and McDonald's and Target, they actually actively engage with this kind of real-time conversation. So reply doesn't mean commenting on customers' complaints. Reply also means interacting with popular account or some influencer account. It could be media, it could be other brands, it could be even sometimes your competitor or your partner influencer, right? When you reply post is engaging, creative, and witty, better opportunity to increase number of followers and number of engagement. When it's successful, replicate the idea. When it's not successful, think about how to improve it. And the next one, go back to dashboard, and then you will see media type. Media type, you want to see the definition. Text means 100% word. Mostly reply posts tend to be 100% word. Some brands include photo or video within a reply, but mostly text tend to be coming from reply post. And if it's the combination, then text is default, and then there should be 2 or more media types, like a video and links are together along with the text or without text. Then it's coded as combination in this categorization. You see the brand use diverse categories. So if something is missing, like a brand didn't use a link, then you can actually suggest the opportunity to utilize a link to your website or some other important industry news. If your brand didn't use a photo like this, then probably combination included the photo, but just a regular post with a photo and could also generate a lot of engagement. Sometimes GIF, like animated pictures, could be very helpful. So see the brand personality and relevance and find relevant GIF images and see the opportunities. Also compare the frequency with the engagement. Obviously, you can see the most effort were given to combination media type, and it shows the highest engagement. But that doesn't mean that type always need to be dominant post type. So see the success factors and apply. When something is not working, always analyze the reason why and then think about how to improve it. So you have to look at the data more meaningfully instead of just following the average metrics that Keyhole provides. Keyhole doesn't give you the answer. You have to use your insights. You have to dig in the data, find the actionable insights. Once you are done, go back to dashboard and move on to the next metrics.